Raheem Sterling has a great game against Luton on Friday night, has 5 shoots inside the box, including 2 big chances and a big chance created. He has 13 penalty touches, 19 FPL points for him was fully deserved, and I think he was unlucky and deserved more than these points. Chelsea played many times as Jackson, the target of Chelsea long balls. He receives it and then supplies Sterling with some chances. It was very lively and direct, to be honest. The first 2 game weeks, Sterling was more creative and with less chances and less big chances and shots inside the box. But for game week 3 against Luton, he was very lively and he looked like the talisman. I think with these great fixtures incoming, he will be a great pick and should be one of our targets midfield. Playing against Nottingham Forest at home, Bournemouth away, Aston Villa at home, Fulham, Burnley, all are great fixtures, and expecting many goals from Chelsea and expecting Sterling to be involved in many of these goals. I think he will be included in my watch list for game week 4 and really consider getting him instead of one of my midfielders. For only 4.0 million, the best bench enabler for defenders. I think he's a great pick if you start with him, but if you are interested and consider getting him now, I think it's tricky as it looks like James will be back after the international break. Looks like game week 5 or even game week 6. So you are targeting only one game week or 2 maybe. Second point is that he blocks you from tripling up on Chelsea. You are losing a spot from Chelsea for their great fixture. So if you own Chilwell and Jackson, it will be problem for you to get Sterling alongside them or even getting James when he's back. I think Martinelli could be sold for Raheem Sterling in game week 4. Martinelli has no big chances involvement during the opening 3 game weeks for Arsenal, despite playing against Nottingham Forest and Fulham was very decent fixture. He has 0 big chances involvement, didn't create any big chances or even couldn't get any big chance. He looked very wide and isolated. I think he is a sell. So if I owned him, I would sell him for this game week. His fixture is the best. Man United and Tottenham in game week 4 and 6 will be very tough fixture, and Man City in game week 8 and Chelsea in game week 9. On the other hand, I think Saka is a hold and I'm keeping Saka in my team. He's on penalties and has 2 big chances in game week 3. He looked lively and always involvement in attacks. I think I'm happy to keep him and start with him against Man United. Will be my pick from Arsenal for the incoming game weeks. Bruno Fernandes finally got a double-digit haul against Nottingham Forest, but he's still unlucky. Yes, he was lively and more involved than Rashford. He has 2 big chances, scored the penalty and missed another one. Has 3 chances created, including 2 big chances created. I think he was unlucky and deserved more than those 12 points. The Portuguese international has 6 big chances in the last 2 game weeks. On the other hand, Rashford wasn't in good form, has only 1 shot inside the box against Nottingham Forest and only 1 chance created. Lucky to get 2 assists as he win a penalty and his only chance created was scored. I think if I have to sell one of them, I will sell Rashford and keep Bruno Fernandes. He will be my priority, and if I had to keep both of them, there's no problems to keep both of them. I think Rashford will get some points, but Bruno Fernandes will be the best for points and for involvement. Richarlison was a big trap, to be honest. I owned him on my team. In the final minutes ahead of the deadline of game week 1, I switched from Maddison to Richarlison, which was a big mistake and really regret this decision. Big 0 for numbers, for involvement, for goals, for assists. I understand his fixture is still great, but if you asked me about his positions, His position is very deep. If you ask it about the decision, his decisions are very bad. His minutes won't exceed 60 or 70 minutes. In game week 3, he couldn't reach 60 minutes, only 59 minutes. It will be a waste of time and waste of your budget. You will lose team value and you lose points if you are resisting to keep him. He isn't even on penalties. I think Son and Maddison are ahead of him in taking penalties. He's a very obvious sell for me, and I think I will sell him this game week as well. His teammates Maddison and UDOGIE are the players to consider on target from Tottenham for their great run of fixture. James Maddison looked very promising in the first 3 game weeks. It seems like Maddison is the main man in Tottenham now. After Harry Kane left the club, he was taking all set pieces and was a source of creativity in the team. Talisman, he involved in most of attacks. I think he will be involved in most of Spurs' goals this season. He looked more direct yesterday in game week 3. He was an all set pieces, but he was direct with 4 shots inside the box, including 2 big chances. He was unlucky to score only 1. In addition to a big chance created for Richarlison, the trap missed it. Will be an assist for James Maddison. He has a great fixtures and great stats. I think he's a pick from Tottenham midfield. UDOGIE was more advanced than Pedro. I think he's a defender to target from Tottenham for only 4.5 million. A great bargain. He had a minor knock after the game, but he should be fine for game week 4. His assist from his big chance created for Kolosevsky, great bargain to be honest. And now is another player, another frustrating player to own, Gabriel from Arsenal. I think when you are searching for a good replacement, it will be UDOGIE. I already sold him in game week 3, but he's consistently benched even with some injuries. Timber injured, Tomiyasu's red carded, easy sell, and no regrets at all. I think Mbuemo and Wissa are still great options to target. They are facing Bournemouth at home in game week 4, and Brentford are great team at home. It was a tough game for Wissa and Mbuemo against Crystal Palace, a solid Crystal Palace. Wissa has only 2 shots inside the box, including 1 big chance from set pieces. Mbuemo has only 1 shot inside the box and 2 chances created from corners. Their fixtures are still great and one of the best fixtures to target till game week 9. I think they are still on my watch list and may get one of them for this game week. In game week 2, Foden looked very lively and looks like he's a new Kevin De Bruyne after his recent injury. He created 7 chances for his teammates, including a 1 big chance created. He was sharing set piece with the wide Grealish. I think he's the best midfielder to own from Man City. My only concern is the rotation and expected minutes, but I think his role is very important for Pep and for Man City. Will be the best replacement for Kevin De Bruyne in the team. They are facing teams like Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, all are in the next 4 game weeks. I think they're great bargain and great player to target for game week 4. Thanks guys for watching. Kindly drop a like and subscribe, find it helpful, and your comments are always welcome.